The Story of the Princess Who Never Smiled. There was once a princess who never laughed. She didn't even smile, because her father loved her so very much, and because it pained him so to see her like this. He promised that whoever could make the princess smile could marry her. Clowns, jugglers, and all sorts of performers came to the palace, but no matter how much they tried, the princess never smiled. Near the castle lived a very honest but simple and very clumsy young man named Jack. He lived with his mother, and they were very poor. One day, Jack's mother told him to go and seek work. The young man managed to get a job as a helper in an eatery that stood beside the castle, where people gathered to eat and drink together. After the first day of work, the owner of the eatery, by way of payment, gave Jack a dozen eggs, which the young man carried in his arms. Jack was so delighted that he went running happily home. But right in front of the castle, where the princess stood at the window, he tripped, fell on the ground, and broke all of the eggs. The princess saw this, but not a smile did she make. Back home, Jack's mother told him, "Oh, you foolish boy! If you had put the eggs in your hat, you wouldn't have broken them." "Next time I'll do that, Mother," Jack promised. The next day, after a long, hard day of work, Jack was given a piglet as payment. Remembering his mother's words, he decided to put that wiggly piglet in his hat, and off he went towards home. But in front of the castle, the piglet wiggled his way out of the hat and managed to escape, and when Jack ran after him, he fell right into a puddle of mud and got filthy dirty from head to toe. The princess was watching from her window, but she still didn't smile. As he walked in the door, dripping with mud, his mother scolded him and said, "Oh, Jack, what am I going to do with you? Why didn't you tie a rope to the piglet?" "I shall do that next time, Mother," the boy replied. The next day, Jack worked even harder, so his boss decided to give him a very big fish to bring home for dinner. Just as he promised, Jack tied a rope to the fish and pulled it along the road to his home. When the cats in the town smelled the fish, they came running, and nibble by nibble they ate it all up, and Jack never even noticed. Though this was a funny sight indeed, as he once again passed by the princess with just a spine of the fish tied to the rope, she didn't even smile. "Oh, my foolish boy," Jack's mother told him when he got back home. "Why didn't you carry the fish?" "Next time I will, Mother," Jack promised. The next day, Jack worked harder than ever before, and he was given a cow to take home. He remembered the promise he made to his mother, so Jack got under the cow, lifted her onto his shoulders, and tried to carry her home. Of course, this was quite a spectacle, as Jack would stumble and try to hold on to the cow. The princess, as always, was watching from her castle window, and this time she laughed. She laughed and laughed and laughed. She simply couldn't stop laughing. The king was delighted, and he called for Jack and his mother to come to the palace, where they were received with a big party. Jack married the princess, and they went to live in the castle, where the princess would always laugh with him, and where they both lived happily for the rest of their lives. The end.